For years, UI UX or user interface and user experience designs were a regulatory blind spot because companies used very subtle design tricks to nudge users into doing things that they ordinarily would not have done. For example, placing the subscribe or the sign up button in a particularly conspicuous place on your website. Now, at some point, these were all considered growth hacks, but now they are now considered digital dark patterns that risk regulatory liability, and regulators are paying even closer attention. Now, the very interesting thing about these digital dark patterns are that they hide in plain sight. Example is where you are nudged to sharing more data than you are supposed to share. Another example is where there is fake urgency. So we have like this countdown timers or something that nudges you emotionally to take an action that you otherwise would not have taken. And the regulators treat these tactics as a deceptive and unfair trade tactics. And it's because they look at it like, okay, if my compliance is being coerced, then my user autonomy is then gone. That means whatever consent I gave based on the pattern of the design becomes invalid. And so my consent is no longer voluntarily given. And so as a result of that, companies that employ those patterns are now regulatorily liable for whatever damages occur as a result of those patterns being there. And so clearly you can see now that we live in an age where even the simplest design on your website or on your digital service is no longer an aesthetic detail. It's now a compliance baseline because you must make your website as aesthetically pleasing as it's supposed to be, granted, but it must also fall within the regulatory baseline as have been provided to avoid entering into or using any digital dark pattern. It's also important to note that the laws around transparency, user autonomy, and informed consent are tightening all around the world. But the real risk is that companies still separate their design teams from their legal teams. And so what happens is that these dark patterns get embedded into your designs early on. And, you build your product on top of, you layer your products on it. And even sometimes they go to market without you noticing that there is an error and the companies don't know and they just ship until there is a damage. And then they're like, oh, wait, what happened? And then you find out that, well, you kind of kept the design team away from legal oversight. This really is further buttressing the point that no aspect of your business should be separate from legal oversight. So regulators are no longer waiting for harm to occur. They are being proactive. Yay to the regulators. Some of those regulatory hooks that regulators look out for include cancellation parity, where if it takes me one click to sign up to your platform, it should also take me one click to sign out of your platform. Emotional manipulation. So we have marketing copy that, tugs at your emotional heartstrings or makes you feel guilty for signing out of a service. Another regulatory hook is basket sneaking, where they add items to a cart or even to your price before checkout. These are just some of the hooks that regulators look at. That's it for today, guys. It's a pretty short one, and I hope you found value in it. If you did, please hit the like button below so that you can be notified of more videos and so that this video can be shared to many amazing people such as yourself. I will catch you in the next one.